Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. But more importantly, on Monday nights, I want everybody to know that I'm a proud resident of the town of Celebration, Florida, the town that Disney built. And what we do is we come to you every Monday night and talk about what are the upcoming events for the week. So it's kind of like a 7-day window of me just kind of reaching out there, seeing what kind of questions there might be, providing you with some very helpful information, hopefully. I wanted to give a special shout out to Leslie and Mallory today. We had some viewers that had stopped by the office and said that they were watching on YouTube and had gotten very familiar with Celebration from that. So anyway, I just think they're absolutely wonderful. They're thinking about possibly moving here or somewhere within Central Florida. And of course, I encourage Celebration. And so I just wanted to say hello to them. Where's everybody else watching from? That's what I'd like to know now. Today is March 18th. March 18th. So day after St. Patrick's Day. Did anybody go anywhere fun? I know St. Patrick's Day is big, in particular in Celebration up at Mulligan's. If you haven't had an opportunity to visit Mulligan's, at the front of Celebration, where the water tower place of Celebration, because now you remember, we're blessed. We have Water Tower Place, we have downtown Celebration, and now we also have Celebration Point. And in Water Tower Place is our original Goodings. Listen to me, that was the original grocery store, our original Publix. And we have a brand new Publix at Celebration Point. But at the front of Celebration, Florida, there is an Irish pub, and it is called Mulligan's. And I know a lot of people will normally go there. Or I've heard some of my friends say that they went over to Disney Springs and they went to Raglan Road, because that's always a big hit as well. But anyway, we're now going to be talking about the upcoming week. And so before I get any further, I want to say a big shout out to 𝐷 my YouTube producer, and he even has produced something like this for us specifically for Celebration.
Information on Celebration.
Hey, somebody said Goodings. That's a blast from the past, right? Well, that's how you can tell I'm one of the founding residents here. It doesn't say the name from the Facebook user. So do me a favor, if you're on Facebook, please let me know your name. I'd love to give you a shout out, but you're right. So in the early days of Celebration, we had this really sweet, actually where the Thai restaurant is in downtown Celebration. Do you guys remember that? That was Goodings. That was Goodings. I have some really fun stories. I remember when we first moved here in Ashley, our daughter was turning, oh, hey, Gail, so of course, thank you so much. Yes, that is a blast from the past, right? So I don't know how many of you remember, but in the early days, the Goodings being at the Thai restaurant, they even did like etiquette class for the kids. I remember Ashley, I think she was 4 turning 5, our daughter, and she went in and there was a lady teaching etiquette, and you paid a small price, and they showed them, where the forks are on the table and the napkins. And I thought it was very sweet, so sweet to the point where I still remember it today. Yeah, today. So yes. So anyway, what's going on this upcoming week? Let's talk about that. Let me see some things. Well, actually, there's going to be, I think people are taking a break because they probably celebrated so much for St. Patrick's Day. But what's the next big event? If you haven't been driving down Celebration Avenue right past Waterside Street, if you look to the left, my dear friends that own the house there, they do a beautiful job at decorating, and it would tell you that the next one is Easter. Hey, Heather. So glad. Thank you. I see a thumbs up. Thank you, guys. I start seeing some of your names pop up. So Easter. And I will say, if you haven't had a chance, drive by Compress Church. They have a big banner out. I think they do it beautifully. Easter, they have events every day starting on Good Friday. Because it's Good Friday, because Sunday is coming. The resurrection. And they do wonderful events there. Easter already in full force at the end of Waterside. Yes, exactly. I love seeing what they do. The O'Donnells, God bless them if you're watching or anybody knows them, Kevin and Suzanne, They are incredible celebration residents. They decorate the outside of their house. And for those of you that may want to know what the rules of engagement are, typically in celebration, you can start decorating 45 days prior to a holiday. And then typically you have to have it down 2 weeks afterwards. Rod and I know that very well because we had put a pirate ship on our house when we owned 506 Celebration Avenue. We did that for 5 years. Now it's a law office, but we did it because we love the community. We love kids. We have over 5,000 children that would show up and get candy. And we have over 40 friends and clients that would help us hand out candy for that. And so we know that if they only gave us 45 days to put that thing up, and then we also only had 14 days to take it down. And let's see. Oh, saw the banner at Compress. Yeah, I love the events they put on. Yeah, I do too. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And then obviously, another, the Catholic Church, Brad Fischetti, love those guys. I'm attending Illuminate Church. Know that on Easter Sunday, they're doing a 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m. service that day. So 3 services that day. And I'm going to be singing this Sunday at Illuminate too. And that's within 2 miles of Celebration at 7899 St. Clair Road. So Easter's coming up. Let's see. Oh, we need to talk about this. Here we go. So there's something called the Spring Fling. If you have not ever experienced it, it's incredible. So there's an egg hunt, and it's the Celebration Community Field Complex. Now, when I say that, that area is behind where the library is. So if you're driving on Campus Street, you see our library. There's a road that runs behind the library, and there's a field back there. And so what they've got, there's, I know in the past, I don't know if they're doing it this way this year, but they had a helicopter in years past that would drop thousands of eggs on our fields. And it was really cool. They separated, I think 10:30 in the morning is up to, I think 23-month-olds, and then 2 to 4-year-olds. It is 11 o'clock that day. And then I think 5 to 7-year-olds is 11:30 a.m. I'm reading through it now. 8 to 10-year-olds at noon. They have inflatables, they have music, have games. It's great. So you bring your Celebration resident ID. If you don't have it, stop by Town Hall before Saturday, March 30th, because this event is 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. But it's a blast. I love seeing the pictures of all the kiddos that like to get ready for Easter. So that's definitely coming up. And let's see what else is coming up. We've got, oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people attend this, that April 5th, which will be here before we know it. April Fool's is going to be here before we know it too. There's an event at Heritage Hall. You pay in advance so you can make your reservation, but it's $50 per participant. And they have a painting class, painting with the twist. And with that, you get a glass of wine or a soft drink. And that is from 5:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. Heritage Hall. So stop by Town Hall if you have an interest in doing that. Sound good? Well, what else is going on? I can share with you that I have been getting lots of phone calls from NBC in regard, actually the Peacock network. They've been in town filming. They're going to be doing a story about, the good, the bad, all the great things about the history of Celebration. And I know they're interviewing several people. I think I'm spending some time with them on Wednesday and Thursday. And what do you guys think about Celebration? Do you love it here? What's the good and the bad? You tell me. That I'll be doing an interview and walking them around town and telling them my point of view, which of course, as many of you know, I absolutely love this town. My family has been here for 27, almost 28 years. Can't imagine having anywhere else where I'd want my daughter to have grown up. She actually grew up, graduated from college, bought a house someplace else in South Florida, and decided she wanted to move back to Celebration. That's how much she loves Celebration. And I just feel that there's no other place in Central Florida And we do sell within that 25-mile radius of Cinderella Castle, where you do have that hub where you can walk to downtown, and you know the Sues and Bonas of the community. You know the Adrian Perez's and Courtney from the Downtown Diner. Hey, Calvin Davis, God bless you. God bless you. Praying for you. You're awesome. Always appreciate it when you're on the air. I feel like you're always trying to bless us too. So thank you so much. So this town, being able to walk to a town center and then always improving and growing. You know, even when you talk about the Celebration Point area of Celebration, which is down by the high school, you know, you just see a lot of new stuff that's opening. For example, I know there's a Pilates studio that's opening there with the reformer equipment and everything. I think I'm going to, they're doing some test runs. I think I go there the first week of April. I love that. They're just opened up Fat Burger. They opened up Slim Chickens. I know I have a girlfriend and her husband that are going to be opening up something soon in the old Arby's building. So things don't sit empty for very long around here, right? We have lots and lots of activity and opportunity and thriving, and the weather's great. And with over 50 miles of biking and walking paths, boy, it really does make this a magical town. Roberta, I love Roberta. Now, let me tell you about shopping. Where do I go when I want to go get my gifts for people? I go to the Market Street Gallery. Market Street Gallery. I would encourage everybody to, you know, I'll think if you can help the local merchants whenever you can. She does a great job of not only just Christmas, but also gifts that you'd be very hard pressed not to find something that would be good as a gift for someone, or something that you might want for yourself, or you need to pick up a card, or gosh, I've gone in there. Well, Roberta can tell you, I have been in there for so many things, and I always spend a lot of time in there because I just can't get enough. She's got so much great inventory that's in there. And so anyway, Market Street Gallery, you don't want to miss that. Kelvin, we love Orlando, Florida, here for 12 years. Yes, yes. You know, when you look at no state income tax here, when you look at the weather being so cooperative, being inland enough that we don't really have the threats of, you know, when people say, what about hurricanes or whatever? By the time it gets inland, it really has not had an impact on us. Thank you, God. I will say with the town of Celebration, with the power lines being underground, that has helped us not lose any power. Hey, Karen Domino. Love you. So Karen was my next door neighbor. In the very beginning, Karen is one of the founding residents here as well. And Karen and I can tell you many, many stories about how our kids would pop over to each other's house. We had a street party. Karen, do you remember that? Hi, beautiful. Yes. Hi, beautiful. Love you. I remember having a street party. I think it was Rod's 40th birthday, Karen, I think. And we ended up having the street blocked off. We had ping pong tables out. Phil Cox brought out this huge margarita machine. We had food from the Columbia restaurant, 1905 salad. We had a live band out on the street celebrating my husband's birthday. And Karen and Terry were there to help us every inch of the way. And we had so much fun. And I think we didn't even close that party down until 2:00 in the morning that day. Right, Karen? So anyway, we should talk a little bit more too. So we've talked about what's coming up for the week. I also want to talk because I think there's some strategies that people have been. Karen says, was the best place in the world the best place to raise our children? Amen to that, sister. I agree. And I loved, you know what I love too is you felt like you had a village of people that were wanting to watch out for each other. So I always felt like if Karen were to see my daughter out in the street and needing something or doing something, maybe she would call me, or she would jump in there and help. And our kids knock on wood, and thank you God, felt very safe here and grown up and have done well. And I know Karen can speak to that as well. Yes, absolutely. So what I've done now is I had some people ask, what are some of the strategies about buying into Celebration? And so I kind of put some brain power behind it, and I asked Dee, my YouTube producer, to put something together so I can talk about four different thought processes. And these are thought processes for people that are just coming into the market. These are not the higher end strategies. These are people coming in. So anyway, sit back, let me know what you think. I'll come back at the end of this and answer any questions. And then I want to talk too about what's going on with the real estate market here, because many of you, if you own here presently, you want to know what the value of your properties are. Is it going well? Is it not going well? All that stuff. So here you go. Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate, and I'm here in the Near Disney YouTube studio located right in Celebration, Florida. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you 4 listings and tell you why I think that they fit the right category for 4 different categories and why they might be worthy. We're going to start out with one that is the most economically priced home in an area, single family home. I always recommend sometimes when you're looking in a community, what is the most economically priced home that's there? Can't go wrong, because typically the ones that are super, super high end have the most risk. But if you're buying a house that's the starting price point and you go up from there, that's wonderful. So you're going to be able to see 1238 Golden Canna today. Then we're going to go into a property that also has a garage apartment on the back. Why does that make a lot of sense? Because you have a single family home, 1 story. Then you also have a studio garage apartment. Very unusual to find these, and they are worth their weight in gold, because these studio garage apartments are getting at least $1,500 a month or more. And then you could still rent out the single family home if you like, or you keep it for yourself. It's got lots of options. That home is at 604 Nadina. Then let's talk about condos. There's a lot of controversy on condos in the state of Florida right now. So I'm going to recommend to you that you either are working with a seller that will potentially pay your condo fees for a year or 2 years in advance, or you're looking for a condo that has low condo fees, because condos can be wonderful. They're lock and leave, and you are able to enjoy the amenities of the community. So today we're going to talk about 940 Spring Park Loop. And to be finalized, what I'm going to say is look outside of the community that you really are interested in to see if there's anything close by, see what kind of bang for your buck you can get. We're going to do that with 4627 Fairy Tale. That's a single family home that's not in Celebration. It's just outside of Celebration for $485,000. So that's something you might want to look at. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, because you could still drive into the magical town of Celebration, enjoy the downtown, and be able to have a little bit of the best of both worlds. So anyway, sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to show you the 4 videos back to back, and then I'll be back at the end just in case we have any questions that arise, and I look forward to hopefully helping you with your real estate needs. My telephone number is here, and I have a Realtor Dream Team that's fabulous. We work with everything within a 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle, and we promise that we're going to do a great job for you. Enjoy. Well, there you have it. There are 4 examples of some strategies when you're buying in Central Florida. So give me a call, 407-808-9845, if you have any questions. Obviously, we also sell very high-end estates as well. There are some beautiful properties on the water, Windermere area, all kinds of great spots, Isleworth. My Realtor Dream Team has a show on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. that speaks to the Central Florida market, that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And then on Monday nights, I do a show specifically for the town of Celebration, Florida. That's where our office is located. Feel free to go to the Near Disney YouTube channel and look at over 500 videos that we've done to help educate everyone in regards to all the wonderful different areas. Everything from Winter Garden to Lake Nona to Windermere to Celebration to Orlando to Kissimmee, St. Cloud, Claremont. There's so much available in this area. And we'll be happy to connect you with a lender if you like. We usually give you 3 recommendations so that you have choices as well. Well, anyway, come visit us if you haven't already been here. Give me a call. Let me know when you're coming so we can get you on our schedules. We would love to help you, and hopefully this information was magical and helpful to somebody out there. Thanks so much. Have a bibbidi-bobbidi-boo day, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
Thank you, Dee, for putting that presentation together. It's been wonderful. I'm seeing a lot of people pop on. I'm starting to see a lot of questions too, or people giving thumbs up. Karen, thank you so much. She's asking me how much for the second one. I believe the second one that was in that lineup was a single family home on Nadina. Nadina is a treasured street, It's within walking distance. It's considered West Village of Celebration. It has a studio apartment on the back of it. That studio apartment would get about $1,595 a month rent. And then you could either keep that if you want to use that for, say, your office or for guests, because it has its own kitchen as well. Rent it out if you like, use it as a gym. I've sold things so many different ways that I know that that space up there is very, very well coveted. The house is a 1-story house. It has Tesla solar panels on top of it, and they're getting a brand new roof within the next 2 weeks. And the Tesla solar panels, believe it or not, Karen, get this, $903 for the entire year is the electric bill with that. $903 for the entire year, right? So that property is $1,084,000. A lot of times people ask me, how much will a lender look at as far as crediting with you having the ability to rent out the garage apartment? Around that, sometimes lenders will say that's equivalent of about $300,000 worth of your mortgage. And so that many times will be a reason too why some people want to have a property that has that as well. So I'm seeing more and more people come on. Linda, Elena, and everybody. Hey guys. I can't wait to show your all's property on here the way that you're doing gangbusters here in Celebration. Karen says, Brandon has the Tesla solar too. Of course, our Brandon, I tell you what, he is very bright in that science and technology. No surprise there that he's got that going on. Hi, Marcia. Marcia, congratulations. I think you guys just had a wedding in the family. I got to see photos of that. Love that. Elizabeth, hey, Elizabeth. Oh, Christina's on here. So Christina Heldreth Johnson has moved away, but she's always feels like she's still a part of Celebration. So when I was talking about the Pilates studio that's opening at Celebration Point, Christina was and will always be the Pilates queen of Celebration. She had a studio over in Libby and Danny Bumpus's home, because that was one of the business homes that you could break out part of your house and possibly have a studio in there. And I used to roll out of bed early once or twice a week, I think, Christina, and she would whip me into shape, and I absolutely enjoyed my time with her. Randy and Amy Vick, hi there. Kelvin says, love solar power. Yeah. Yeah. So good. So good. I'm so glad you guys are staying online and asking me some questions, making some comments. I'm getting a comment. It doesn't say who. It says, love. Oh, love my acrylic nail. Oh, okay. So for those of you looking for somebody, I do get comments on, I guess I talk a lot with my hands, but up at Celebration Water Tower Place, Lee Nails there, Tony and Julie are the owners there. And that's where I get my nails done. So anyway, never know what kind of questions are coming through, but yes, that is where, and if you go in, ask for Tony or Julie, they're absolutely incredible. Their whole team's incredible, but right up by the Goodings at Water Tower Place. So I hope that helps. Yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, because I always do this every week. I'm going to share my screen. Let's share a screen. Dun, 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 dun. So I pull this up every week. Let's see if I can pull. Yeah, here we go. All right. This is what's been going on with the celebration market in the last 7 days. Okay. So this is kind of light. This last week, 20 properties had touch points, 20, right? And of the 20, and there's only 93 listings. And as many of you have been watching every week, you know, back in a normal market, we would have over 400 properties for sale, over 400. So to be dropped as low as 93, that's telling me there's not a lot of inventory. And I've also been getting a lot of response about how some other parts of Florida have cooled off a little bit. The Celebration is still very much a hot properties. I think people like the fact that Disney was involved with it, that we have a hustling, bustling downtown, that we have a sense of community. You can get as involved as you want or not as involved as you want. You can stay off of I-4 and still have a wonderful lifestyle. And you don't even necessarily have to be a theme park person. But most of us are, because we like being able to go over to Epcot even for like half a day or just go over for dinner, right? Anybody out there? Do you agree with me? Like going over to Epcot? If you do, let me know what restaurant you like to go to the most. Great pizza too. Oh yes, great pizza. Yes, 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 absolutely. So we have, so when I said there's 20 touch points, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 properties that have gone active. 7. And then I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 that have pended. So what does that tell me? That tells me that it's pretty even as far as properties going off and properties coming on. Maybe one more going on. But then you've got 2, 4, 6. You've got 6 solds. So definitely would say that it's still a tight market here. The most expensive property, which I always talk about, was a brand new construction home. You know, for those that, if you have any questions, of course, you can call me directly. But back in Island Village, there was an 8-bedroom, 6-bath home. Now, when I say 8 bedrooms, what they have is a 6-bedroom home, and then the garage apartment on the back has a 2-bedroom. So all in total, 8 bedrooms. But boy, you could get really good rent, right, for a 2-bedroom garage apartment in Celebration. If I'm telling you a studio apartment's getting almost $1,600 a month, I would think, you know, well, gosh, maybe 23 or 2,200 minimum for a 2-bedroom garage apartment is probably what people are looking at. So that sold for $1,975,000. It was 4,972 square feet, brand new, no pool. They do have a gorgeous pool area over there in Island Village. And as you know, as long as you have your Celebration ID card, once again, you can go to Town Hall. Karen's saying Upper Crust, loves Upper Crust. Very good. Oh, very good. I forget to mention Upper Crust because I'm always thinking Reggiano's and I'm thinking Flipper's Pizza. Remember, Karen, our dear friends that Scott and Nancy 𝐸, they've got Flipper's Pizza over at Old Town. But yes, I'd like to know what kind of pizza you like from there. For sure. Would love that. So anyway, yes, Karen agrees. That's perfect. All right. Well, that is the show for this week. Next week, the 25th, we'll be talking about getting ready again for Easter. You know, it's one of my favorite times of the year. Easter. And like I said, make sure as you're driving down Celebration Avenue and you see Compres and all the activities that they have there, that's an easy win to go in there and to be able to meet some neighbors and participate. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. I'm seeing a lot of love, which I so appreciate very much. You guys know that. On Wednesday nights, my Realtor Dream Team does a show at 7 p.m. So please subscribe and like if you haven't done so already to YouTube. It's called Near Disney. Near Disney. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Kelvin, very much. This is thank you so much. And lots of love and joy to everybody. Okay. All right. Have a blessed night, and I'll be talking to you soon. Call me if you need me, though. 407-808-9845. Bye-bye.